Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today what I wanted to do is teach you guys how to install Linux Zorin and go through a few of the customization features that some people have problems with, and give you a much more simplistic way of setting everything up and avoid all the confusion that a lot of other videos are putting out there. So let's go get into it. To begin with, you're going to have to use Balin Etcher. That part I'm not going to be able to show you, but if you go on the Zorin website, it'll show you how to use Balin Etcher. And then you make a flash drive of Zorin, and then you stick it in the computer, and then I'll show you how to boot it up and everything. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry about the echo in this room. I'm not staying here for very long, so I'm not going to turn it into a recording studio. So you're just going to have to deal with the echo. Okay, so starting off, you plug the flash drive that you made into the USB port. Once you've already had the flash drive in the USB port, you turn on the computer. And then as soon as you turn on the computer, in this particular computer, you want to hit F12. That gets you in the boot sequence. Okay, this brings up your boot sequence over here, and I go down to USB and hit enter. This is going to boot from the USB. Okay, and then it says, do I want to install Zorin? I click yes, or hit enter. This is a real slow system. It's a i7 first edition, so it's not real good. Then it's going to check the installation that's on the flash drive and make sure that it's good. Okay, after it checks to make sure that the installation on the flash drive is good, it goes into the boot sequence and will boot up and ask you if you want to install or try Linux Zorin. Okay, as soon as you get through the boot process, it's going to boot up to this screen, and it's going to pop up a thing to ask if you want to try or install Zorin. Okay, so see, it's got try or install Zorin, and I'm going to just go ahead and install it. Now at this point, what I want to tell you is that you want to set up an internet connection when you're doing this so that it can download third-party drivers. And if for whatever reason you don't have an internet connection, I want to show you how you can do this. Okay, so right here I have my cell phone. You can go on your cell phone and go to settings, go to network. I don't know if you can see this. Network. Go to hotspot tethering right here. I plug it in, and then you'll see this USB tethering pops up. You want to press cancel for here. Then you turn on the USB tethering, and this is going to give you internet for your computer through your unlimited data on your cell phone, so that you'll be able to continue to do this even if you don't have internet. I just wanted to throw that in there in case there was somebody out there who didn't have internet and they were wondering how they were going to install this like this. Okay, so the reason why we want to have the internet set up is because you can install third-party drivers as you're installing Zorin. So now I got the internet set up on here, it's connected to the internet, and we're ready to go. So then I go to the next part, which is over here. Click continue. This machine is a little bit slow. It's like a first generation i7, so it's a really slow machine, but Linux is usually good for working on slow machines, but it's still slow. Okay, as I encounter problems doing this, I'm going to show you the problems and how to fix them in case you have the problems as well. Okay, I was trying to do the installation wasn't working. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and format the disk, because sometimes, so I go over here to utilities, click on utilities, click on disks, and I want the 1 terabyte. Okay, and so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all these partitions and make it all one drive. So now it's all one partition, and then I'm going to add the partition, and I'm going to just call it 1 terabyte. Create. Okay, so now I got one partition, it's all ready to go. I shouldn't have any problems installing it on this now, because there's nothing on here to confuse the installation program when installing. It's a clean disk. It should be able to just go right in there and do it. Okay, now you can see I've renamed the partition. It's all clean, it's ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back over here to the installation part over here. Double click on that. Get the installation program running again. And again, I'm going to, before I continue with the installation, I'm going to plug my phone in once again and make sure I got an internet connection, so that when I'm going through this, you want to cancel that. You want to turn on tethering. I'll zoom right in here real good so you can see it. Turn on tethering. So tethering is not Wi-Fi. Tethering. This uses your unlimited data for your phone as a Wi-Fi connection, or yeah, kind of like a Wi-Fi connection, but it's actually USB. You can see down there it's a USB connection. Okay, so now that I got this set up, I'll put this to the side, and now I'm ready to continue with my installation. So I click on continue, continue. Okay, now here's what I was talking about. Download updates while installing Zorin. This, and then third-party software and graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. All the stuff that you need comes off the internet. That's why you got to make sure you got an internet connection hooked up when you're doing this. Then I click continue. And again, now it's asking me, do I want to erase the disk and install Zorin? Yes. Install now. Okay, continue. So just to recap, the first time I tried to install, it didn't want to install. It was really slow. It was hanging up. So what I did was I went back and I deleted all the partitions on the drive. And you can format the drive also if you want to, but it's going to automatically format it when you go to install. So I didn't really need to do that. And here I'm going to click this because that's where I'm at. And then now I'm going to put this, you want to put your username, whatever you want your username to be. Now, I try to make this as simple as possible. This is just a tip from me using Linux for so many years. I'm going to give you this tip. Try to make your username as simple as possible, because if you start working in the terminal, there may be a lot of times you're going to have to type in whatever you put in these two boxes. And if you make it simple, it's a whole lot easier for you to type it in. If you're flying through the terminal typing stuff, you don't have to type in big long usernames if you make it simple. So that's why I keep it simple. Okay, another thing, you want to put a password in here, because if you log in automatically, I have done that in the past, and what I have found out is that sometimes you'll forget what the password is. And if you need to work in the terminal and you forget what your password is, it's going to be impossible to do anything. So you need to, I say 2 reasons why you want to put a password in here. One is so that you don't forget it and you'll be using it every time you log in. Number 2, the second reason is if a hacker gets into your system and you have it logged in automatically, then the hacker's automatically got access. But if you require a password, then the hacker has to know your password. Otherwise, he can't get access to your system. It makes it just a little bit more secure. And now it's copying all the files and setting everything up. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but right over here it's saying downloading packages. So what this is doing at this point is it's already copied all the software onto the computer. And now what it's doing is it's using the internet to actually update all the packages, which are part of the programs for all the things that they just installed. So it's trying to do an update using the internet, and this shows that I'm connected to the internet through my cell phone using the unlimited data on my cell phone and a USB cable plugged into the computer. So as long as you have unlimited data on your cell phone, you can do this. If you don't have unlimited data, you're not going to be able to do it. But I just wanted to show you that little trick, just in case there's somebody out there who doesn't have an internet connection in their house. You can use your cell phone. Okay, at this point it's completed the installation and it says I have to restart. So then you just click on the restart now over here. And it'll shut down and restart. Okay, it says I have to remove the flash drive and then press enter. Okay, so remove the flash drive, press enter. Okay, and then it boots up to the login screen, and this is what you're going to see right after you get it completely installed. Now you can take the tour, but I already have installed Zorin a dozen times, so I already know most of the features of Zorin. But basically it shows you, these are the menus you can do. You can have it over here, you can have it pop up. I'll show you that in a minute. You can choose how your desktop looks. You can connect in a couple of different ways. I'm not going to go through this part, but you can connect it with your phone and stuff like that. I don't like those features, but some people might. And this is really handy. In Windows, you have to buy everything. In Linux, it's not like that. You can go to the software center and you can download all these programs for free. Some of them want you to donate to them, and I do encourage everyone to donate as much as possible to the apps that you use. But the thing about it is you can download a lot of these apps for free, and they're really cool. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now you're going to say, okay, now what? I want to emphasize that once you first install Zorin, you're not done yet. There's a whole lot more that you have to do. For example, to play MP4 videos, yeah, see, it wants to update. Well, this is a good thing to do, so I'll just click install now. But to play MP4 videos, for example, as soon as you get finished wait. As soon as you get finished installing Zorin, you're not going to be able to play MP4 videos. Let me make sure my phone is set up. Hang on. Okay, this is the problem. After you reboot, sometimes you have to go back through and set up tethering again, because sometimes it turns off when you reboot. Okay, so now I'm set up for tethering. So now I should be able to finish this update. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying is, after you finish first installing Zorin, you're not going to be able to play MP4 videos, or some of them. You have to download the codecs in order to be able to play MP4 videos, because a lot of the videos and stuff like that are not part of Ubuntu or Zorin. So you have to download what they call Ubuntu Unrestricted Extras, or a codec pack. Once you do that, then you'll be able to play MP4s, but you have to do that and agree to the terms for the codecs. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to play like MP4s and DVDs and stuff like that on Linux. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention, because some people don't understand that. They think as soon as they install Zorin, they should be able to do everything, and you can't. You have to do a lot of tweaking to it after you first install it, and I'm going to go through all that. Another thing is, if you're doing the software updater and it's taken a long time and you want to know what's going on, you can click the details thing over here, and it will click these things down here and show you exactly what's happening. And a lot of times I like to do that because I like to know exactly what they're updating, especially after I've already got everything installed. I want to see, what is it downloading? I want to make sure that it's not a hacker that has hacked and put this thing in there and made it update so that it was downloading a piece of malware or something. So I usually like to click this details and watch what's going on when it's updating. This is another way to see how it's working in the details of the software updater. You can see exactly what is unpacking, and you can even enlarge this if you want to really zoom in on it. And so this will tell you exactly what's happening. So if you suspect that a hacker has gotten into your software updater to download some malware, you can watch it and see if that's actually happening or not. Okay, once you've got Zorin downloaded and you've got it all updated, the next step that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start customizing it. And so the first thing that I do is I set up the background. So to set up the background, you can go in over here and go over here and go to the backgrounds and select the background over here. Or you can do, this is what I like to do, I copied a picture of Simplelest, which I want to make my background. So I just right click, and then you can go down set as wallpaper, and just like that, and Simplelest is now my desktop. So that's how you do it. That's one of the ways you can do it. That's one of the ways you can set up your desktop. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up your color of your borders and your applications to do that, and how your files work. So you go over here to the corner. You go over here to the corner, you click on Zorin Appearance, and this will let you set up how your programs are displayed. I personally like this method here. This is going to set my main programs that I want to use right over here in the center, while my other programs will be in a whole page. When I go over here, I can see all my programs like this. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you was how can you set up your borders and everything to show how they look. So you go back into the Zorin Appearance and then go to the themes, And I usually like to set it at the dark theme, and then I set out the borders as like that. So that's one of the ways that you can get it all set up really cool right off the bat. Now there's other things you can look at here also. I like the desktop, I want to show my trash can, and I want to show mounted volumes. And so that's how you set that up. The interface, fonts. Okay, I'll get into all this other stuff here in a minute. But the themes, okay, so you got the themes here like that. Now, the next thing you want to do is you go over to the Software Center. I'm still connected to the internet right now, so you can download whatever programs you want to download. And the first thing you want to do is tweak tools. GNOME tweaks, that's the one right there. So click on that and then install. Okay, so that's installed. So now when you open that and you go over to appearance again, now you've got a lot more options for customizing your applications and everything. You've got all kinds of different things you can use here. And I like going with Ottawa Dark and Ottawa. But the icons, yeah, I'm going to do yeah, that's okay. But you can go through and you can customize each one, but it makes it a little bit better if you use the GNOME tweaks. So download that first, because that'll make everything so that you can make everything a little bit cooler right off the bat. But then I'm going to show you a little bit more after that. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is you want to get your internet set up, because most of the things you're going to be doing are going to be getting stuff off the internet and finding out how to install stuff off the internet. So you need to get your internet all set up. I already have it connected to the internet, and I have Firefox here. Firefox is really cool. Let me show you this real quick. It's going to just take a minute. Okay, so you got Firefox here. The first thing that I do with Firefox is go to settings like this. And you want to set up your home. Okay, so it's going to automatically default to Firefox, but you want to put in custom URLs. And then what I'll do is I'll go over here and I'll search. I don't want to use that. So if you really don't want to use Google, because Google wants to make you sign in and all this other kind of stuff. So if you want to stay away from Google, that's what I use my Firefox for, is to stay away from Google. Because Google wants to know where you are every minute of the day. Two-step verification to find out where you're at and make you log in with your cell phone and all this other happy crap. Half the other websites in the world don't make you do that. So if you want to get away from Google, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to the settings and change your search results from Google to DuckDuckGo. That'll get you away from Google, because if you keep your search results at Google, the first thing Google's going to ask you anytime you even try to search for something is if you want to log in, and then it's going to make you want to connect to Google. And then you're going to be hooked into all that. And if you like that idea, you can do that. But I use Firefox to stay away from the Google world. So the first thing I do is I'll go to DuckDuckGo, and then I'll go to Brave. Yeah, okay. Brave search. And I'll go to Brave search engine. Okay, so now I got the Brave search site. I copy this, copy, and I'll make that my home. So I'll go back to the home settings, custom URL, paste it in there, boom. And that's it. Now, when I go back over here and I click on home, it's going to automatically take me to Brave. And why Brave, you might ask? Brave is more secure of a search engine than DuckDuckGo. Brave tracks you less, and so that's why I want to use Brave. DuckDuckGo still tracks you, even though they say they don't. The techies who are really smart know what I'm talking about. Brave has a little bit more of security, so that's why I use Brave, especially with my Firefox. So I'll use Firefox, but I'll use Brave as the search engine and the home page. So that's how you set that up. I just wanted to show you that first. And then we're going to go set up Google, because anybody who's a YouTuber more than likely is going to have to be hooked into the Google Enterprise. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First of all, you're going to have to download Google Chrome. As you can see, I've downloaded it already. So you click this, and then it's going to say you have to click run anyways. And then install. I gotta type my password. Okay, now Google's installed, then you just click open. Make Google default. Of course, if you don't, then you can make Firefox default if you want to. Now with Google, the way Google is designed is you have to hook everything together. So you click sign in, and then you have to enter your email and your password, and then it's going to automatically hook you in. And you're going to be all set up that way. Okay, one thing I wanted to talk about real quick. Once you get signed into Google, you're going to see this relaunch update. If you click that, your Google Chrome will never work because the update doesn't work. So what you do is you just leave that alone and let your automatic updates. When you update your system, Google Chrome will automatically update. If you click this, your Google Chrome will be permanently broken, because I've had it happen a dozen times. That's why I'm telling you about it. So once you get Google Chrome installed and you've gotten logged in and you've got all your stuff hooked together, just leave it alone. Don't relaunch update, because if you try to do it, it won't reinstall. And then in some cases, it'll completely break your package, and you won't be able to update it, and then you won't even be able to use Chrome. If you leave it alone and let the system automatically update it, it will automatically update it. I just wanted to give you that little tip, because the ways Google's package is designed, it doesn't work. So you have to do that workaround otherwise, because I've done it a dozen times. That's why I'm telling you this. Okay, so at this point you might be saying, well, how am I going to fix that Google problem? Okay, this is how you do it. You're going to hit Control-Alt-T. That's going to bring up your terminal window, and then you're going to click in sudo apt update, and then you click in your password. This is going to automatically update your packages, and this is how you will automatically update everything. And as you can see, it's updating Google Chrome right here. But if you click that button, I guarantee it's not gonna work. And then you can see over here it says that you have some packages that can be upgraded. So how do you do that? You type in sudo t upgrade and then -y for yes, and then hit it. This will automatically upgrade all your software programs. And this is how you use the terminal to make things easier for you. And as you can see, it's upgrading Google Chrome right now. So, but if you click that little button, it will break your Google package, because I've had it happen a dozen times. Okay, you might notice I have a couple of little things down here. If you want to put, I usually put my favorite programs down here. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go over here. One of the programs I use all the time is Google Chrome. So you right click on this and put pin to dash. Then all of a sudden it's going to be down here. One thing I learned is that there's a lot of people out there who talk about Linux who know absolutely nothing about what they're talking about. And then there's another group of people out there who might know what they're talking about, but they cannot teach it. So I'm trying to alleviate all those confusion. When you're trying to customize Linux, you have to install this right here. And you can do it through the Software Center, go to Extensions, and then install it. This is the easiest way. But a lot of these guys who make videos about customizing Linux brush over the fact that you have to install this, and they confuse it with installing extensions on the browser. So you have no idea what they're talking about, because they're spending most of their time talking about installing extensions on the browser. And they completely forget to tell you that you have to install this on your computer in order to be able to get everything to work. So I wanted to emphasize that in this video, because I looked at a couple of different videos and they just brushed right over the fact that you have to install this. If you don't install this, it's not going to work right. So I think it was important for me to emphasize this. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, this is kind of a nightmare, because if you go on to YouTube and you search out videos on how to install themes, there's a half a dozen videos and half the information on there is all wrong. And if you look at text information from different blogs about how to install themes, it's all wrong. I'm going to show you the right way right now of how to fix this problem. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to GNOME Look. Okay, let me type this in. Okay, you're going to want to go here. And they have all kinds of, this is what you're looking for icon themes. It's kind of confusing if you look at all these menus here, you don't know which ones to pick. You want to look for full icon themes. This is what's going to change your icons. And you can see they have lots of different icons that you can pick from. I want to show you the icons that I picked so that you can understand what I did. Okay, these are the ones that I picked here. Okay, these are the ones that I picked here. And you can see what it looks like. Okay, so if you like this, go back. Okay, if you like this, then you can click on the download here, and it'll download it to your computer. Okay, so after you've got it downloaded, it's going to show up in your downloads folder over here. Silvery dark icons right here. Okay, so before you do that, you have to go up here and click Show Hidden Files. Most of the time it's going to look like that, but you got to click on Show Hidden Files. And if you go over to your home folder, you're going to see originally you're not going to have this. It's not going to have the .icons folder, so you're going to have to create that. And then after you've created the .icons folder, you click this, and it's going to ask you to extract it. And then you just extract it to your home folder, .icons folder. I already did it, so I don't need to do it again. And then once you do that, you open up your tweak utility and go to appearance and then go to icons. You can see I've got it selected here already, but it'll show up here, and then you just click on it, and then everything will look cool like that. So that's how you do it. It's not that hard. If you go to these other videos, they're going to have you installing extensions and all this kind of stuff for shell extensions and all that kind of stuff. If you just want to change the icons, that's how you do it, the way I just showed you. Okay, the next thing you're going to have to do is install Ubuntu Restricted Extras. This is for the video codecs to make everything work like the MP4s and make VLC work and all that kind of stuff. Once you're installing it, okay, let me see if I move this out of the way. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the code. This is a video that I was looking at, but this is how you install it. And then once you get it in, once you get it installed, you're gonna see this here, and you have to tab down, I think, or press that down arrow key till it gets all the way to the bottom. And then, let's see, there. When you hit the tab button, it light up the OK here, and then hit enter. In order to install this, you must accept the license agreement. Yeah, okay. So you have to tab over to that. So use the arrow key to tab over to it, and then click yes. Click enter, and it'll finish installing the Ubuntu Restricted Extras. And these will install the codecs to allow VLC media player to work good and all your other media players to work and play DVDs and MP3s or MP4s without any problems. Okay, as long as I have this open, I might as well show you how to install stuff through the terminal. This is where I'm at down here. So you type in sudo app install, and then whatever program it is you want to install. Well, let's try VLC. And just like that, you hit yes, and it'll install. And this will install much faster than using the software center. So if you just know the name of the program that you want to install, you can install everything like this. And it's much faster and much smoother than in using the software center to install stuff. Okay, let's try another one. Kdenlive is a video editing program. I use it all the time, so let's try it. Sudo app install Kdenlive. Boom, just like that. Hit yes. And just like that, that's the easiest way to install most of the programs. Okay, next you're going to want to install fonts. So I recommend you install the Genome Font Viewer. And then you're going to go to the fonts websites and download whatever fonts you want. And then I'll show you how to install them here in a minute. Okay, once you've downloaded your fonts, these are fonts that I've downloaded. And you can get the fonts from a number of different websites, but you're going to have to download them into your computer before you can install them. So I want to go through and show you just for a minute how this works. Okay, this is Libre. Okay, for example, right now you don't see Arizona in here. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how this works. You don't see Arizona in here at all. Okay, so we're going to minimize this. You want to go over here, double click on this. Okay, first of all, I want to show you something else. You have to go in your home folder and you have to create a fonts folder right here. See this? Fonts. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So you create this fonts, .fonts folder, because it won't be here normally. And then when you go over to the file and you click on it like this, you go to extract it. You extract it to that fonts folder like this, and then click extract. Okay, and then it's done. It's extracted. You close this, and then you go over here, and you look over here. I think I might need to refresh it. Okay, so let's close this. Then open it again. Okay. And there's Arizona. Okay, so you see how that works? I'll do it one more time so you can see. Let me close this. Okay, that was Arizona. Now let's do EXO. Double click on it, extract. You extract it to the fonts folder that you created. Extract. And then I'll close this. And then do this one. Extract, home, fonts, extract, skip, and Jua, extract, home, fonts, extract, quill, extract, home, fonts, extract, and then I think that's it. Okay, then I can close this. I close this, and then let me go back over here and open that up again. But these fonts should be available to all your programs. And now go over here. Here's the EXO. All the fonts that we've installed are here. The Arizona. Okay, the biggest thing I want to talk about is if you want to install icons, see these nice cool icons like I got right here? What you have to do is go into your home folder here. First, you're going to click on the Show Hidden Files. And you have to create this folder here called dot icons. It won't be created by default. And the same thing when you want to install fonts. You go to the home folder and then you create this dot fonts folder. And then when you go to install the fonts, you download them. You download the fonts or the icons from the sites like Google Look, not Google, Genome Look. And then you can download the fonts like this or the icons like this. And then when you click on it, it'll ask you to extract. You extract them to the home folder and then the dot icons folder. And then after you've extracted them to the dot icons folder, you're going to open the tweak tools. And you go to appearance, and then you go to icons, and you can see I selected the silvery dark icons. That's how you get your icons to work. And for the fonts, it's about the same thing. You can select which fonts you want to use over here, but when you're installing the fonts, like, we'll take this one. You click on it, you extract, and same thing, you go to the home folder and select the dot fonts folder that you created, and then that will make the fonts accessible to all your programs. Like, see this font here I installed. So it makes it available to all your programs, whether it be LibreOffice Writer or GIMP or whatever program you're using, the fonts will be there. And so that's one of the biggest problems with customizing Zorin is there's a lot of bad information on the internet about how to do this. I saw one blog that said you have to go into they told you to go into here and go to the, I'm just showing you this so that you can see it's the wrong way. You go into the user, the share, see there's a fonts folder and there's also an icons folder in here. Icons. These are the wrong folders to use. And the reason why they're the wrong folders because you don't have root permissions to modify these folders. And if you I tried to use chmod to modify these folders and modify the permissions. And what it did is completely wiped out all my icons and eventually made the system crash. So I don't recommend trying to modify the permissions on these folders because it's just going to create more problems and solutions. The easiest way to do it is just go to your home folder and create the dot icons and the dot fonts folder and then extract your fonts and your icons to these folders and you're not going to have any problems. Okay, I wanted to go over a few of the programs that I installed that you might be interested in. So let me go through them. This is GThumb. And it has it takes care of all kinds of pictures and stuff. And you can edit the pictures. And this is called GThumb. This is what it looks like right there. And another one that I use with pictures, well, there's VLC. I showed you guys when I installed VLC. And VLC I use with everything. I use all kinds of stuff with VLC. And It's one of the best video players that is out there. But I also use SM Player. Let me see if I can find it. This is a list of a lot of the programs that I'm using. Odyssey, yeah. This is awesome for editing audio files. Like if I do a video or something and I need to edit the audio track, this is a perfect program to do that. And let's see, tracks, add new stereo track. Okay, set up a stereo track like that, and then you can import even a mono track and turn it into a stereo track. You can adjust the volume. There's effects over here. There's tons of effects that you can use. And so this is so handy to edit an audio track, and it's really easy to use. It's not like Ardor or some of the other, or LMM or some of the other audio programs. This is a really simple, easy program to use for audio tracks. Another file I really wanted to show you was XN Convert. That's the name of it here. Now this program here, you're going to have to download it off the internet, and let me show you. So you're going to get it once you go to the XN View, XN Convert website. You'll get a zip file like this, and then you'll have to right here's the zip file. You get a deb package and you click on it, and then you can install it. Once you have it installed, it'll look like this when you open it up. And the thing that's really cool about this program is so versatile, but one of the things that I use it for the most is batch processing the names of photos, or wiping out the metadata that's on the back of the photo. A lot of people don't realize that a picture on the internet contains all kinds of information in the background that you don't see. And a hacker can actually plant code inside a picture, and if you download it on your computer, it actually can infect your computer and do all kinds of stuff, including taking complete control of your computer. So how do you solve that problem? If you want your pictures to just be pictures, how do you solve that problem? Okay, I'm going to show you. And this is only one of the things that this program can do. It can do a lot of things, but this is just one. Okay, so I have a bunch of pictures on my computer already that I specifically downloaded to show you this. Okay, so here's the folder of pictures. I select it, put it on there, and then I go over to actions. What do I want to do with these pictures? Okay, so you add an action. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'll say I want to resize it. So I'll go down here to transform and then resize. The pictures on the internet are usually small, so I'll try to enlarge them about double. Okay, so I got it, so it's going to blow it up twice as big as what it is. And then I'm going to put enlarge only because I don't want to do anything else. And I'm going to go to nearest neighbor from what it is, because that's probably going to give me the best results, and keep it the highest quality. The output, oh wait, I'm not done with the actions. Like I told you before, all pictures contain metadata in the background, and you need to wipe that metadata off. Otherwise, your picture can literally be a virus. So what am I going to do with that? I'm going to, let's see, metadata, clean metadata. And so I'm going to go down here, and you check all the, this is all the stuff that a picture can contain. And that's why I said it can literally contain a virus. So you check all these boxes to completely wipe the picture clean. And this will do this to all the pictures all at the same time. It will enlarge them twice as big as what they are and wipe all the metadata out. And so then what do I want to do with it? Okay, so then I'm going to try and, I want to select a file name. And I usually like to make the file name the date. That's why I know what date I'm working on it. 10, 23, 24, and then I put like 4 or 5 numbers behind that, or zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I usually set it up at. And I'll set it for the source folder, delete original, and no, you want to uncheck to preserve metadata, otherwise you're not cleaning the metadata off. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up to 2 cores, because that'll make it process a little bit faster. Most computers have more than 2 cores. No, not 4, just 2. 2. There we go, that's good. Okay, so I got everything set up. I got the input files, I got the actions, I got how I'm going to do the output. And just to make sure, I'm going to make a folder for the output files to make sure that I'm getting it done correctly, and in a different file folder. 102324A. Okay, and then just to make sure, I'll go over here and create that folder to make sure that I have it in my pictures file. New folder. 102324A. So now I've got that file folder created, so it can dump all those pictures into that folder. Okay, so now I'm ready to go. Let's just hit convert and see what happens. Okay, so we go here and hit convert, and yes. Oh shit. Okay, I have to. I forgot to check one box, but that's okay. It's going to run it anyways. It's just only going to run it with 1 core instead of 2 cores. But if you have to switch the thing about asking to change something. So it will just click replace. You got to click it on replace instead of ask you what to do with it if you're going to use 2 cores, because it goes so fast it can't stop and ask you for every single picture. Okay, so that's done. And then I'll close this and go into here. And okay, so why did it not load this folder? I don't understand. Okay, I gotta see if it changed the names to these pictures. You know, no, it did not. Oh, here it is. It stuck it inside here. Okay, I don't know. It created a folder inside of a folder. It's kind of dumb, but that's because I forgot to check the box that said to take it out of the source folder. So let me go over here and delete this one. Delete, and then I'll take it out of this one. Move to pictures. Okay. Select. Okay, so now that's clean. These are the old pictures, but these are the ones we want to get rid of because these are the contaminated pictures. And this program, for some reason, I don't know why, it doesn't like to delete sometimes. I think there's a bug that makes it so it won't delete the pictures. So that's why I created 2 separate folders. And then I put all the new pictures in here. These all have, see, there's no more bad file names in there. Whereas over here, it's still got the bad file names. So I changed all the file names and wiped out all the metadata in one sweep, and then I go over to this folder and just delete it. And so that's gone. And then I go over to trash and delete that, and then all the poison files are gone. And all I have is regular pictures left. So that's one program that I wanted to tell you about, because that's a really handy program and allows you to be able to batch process a whole bunch of files all at the same time. And you can do a whole lot of different things with all the different pictures, resize them or clean the metadata, and there's a lot of other things you can do with that program in general regarding to photography or image manipulation. So check that one out. That's called an XN Convert right here, XN Convert. This is my image, this is my video editing software. I use this more than anything else, and it's really easy to use. This is called Kdenlive. You saw me install it in the video. It's spelled Kdenlive, and that's exactly how you spell it when you install it. You do sudo apt install and then Kdenlive, and just hit enter your password, and it'll install. This is a really cool, really easy to use program, and I used it to record this video actually. So yeah, this is really handy for me. And let me show you some other programs that I have here. Okay, this one here is called GIMP, and it's used for creating banners and thumbnails and just editing images. And you can do all kinds of stuff with this program here. It's got all kinds of, it's like a paint shop program, but it's really handy for creating thumbnails and banners and stuff like that. This is SM Player. It's a really awesome program. It's kind of like VLC, only it's a little bit different. It's very stable, that's what I like about it. And it's easy to use. You can see the icons up here, make it really easy to figure out what you're doing with it. And I highly recommend it. This program is good for downloading YouTube videos. For example, if you're using it for education or something like that, you can download educational videos like that. And then I used to put them on my tablet when I was traveling back and forth. And that way I could watch the YouTube videos on my tablet. That's one use that you can use this for. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.